Hello, this is Blas6, and I'm here with Equestron, and you might have noticed that the screen is dark. Hold on, let me put something up on the screen really quick. Uh, Boom, there it is. Yeah, as you can see, we are celebrating the 5th anniversary of the My Little Pony movie, the one that came out in 2017. That is for Generation 4. Arguably the most recognizable generation alongside the original back in the 80s. So what we're doing here is because that the movie turns 5 years old, we're gonna do a bit of a retrospective on it.
Sounds like fun. Like the this movie has one of the few distinctions of a film I saw twice within a 24-hour period.
Um,
Like I went and saw it opening night, or I went to like a Thursday night screening of it, and then I went and saw it Friday morning because I was like I want to see it again.
I believe I went to go see it in theaters twice, but not in the span of 24 hours.
Hmm.
Even I probably couldn't do that. And I saw what was it? Encanto, Ghostbusters Afterlife, and I'm trying to remember what the third movie is. Like all in a, an insane span of time.
Well, I once went to three movies in one day,
Yeah, yeah, that's what I meant.
and they're all 3D movies. So like me and a friend of mine, we went and saw Guardians of the Galaxy, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Sin City 2 all in a day, and they're all in 3D too. Back when 3D was kind of cheap. It
Yeah,
was a fun day. I mean, Sin City 2 was garbage, but it was still a fun day. But anyway, back to My Little Pony.
yeah. Let's see. Okay, okay, now I have it. It was Encanto, Ghostbusters Afterlife, and Spider-Man: No Way Home.
Yeah, that sounds like a fun time.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. What? Okay, let's start with the plot. So it's like some kind of royal summit. Oh wait, no, it's like I'm trying to remember. Like we didn't rewatch the movie because this was a bit short notice.
Well,
Uh,
I think that it was like Princess Summit or something like that.
no, I think that was from the show.
Oh well.
Let me just get the synopsis up here.
Festival of Friendship. That's what it was.
Oh, yeah, the first
Because they
friendship festival. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, because they had a whole song. They have a whole song about it and everything.
yeah. And so what ends up happening is, uh, yeah. So they start. There's like an opening song, and then there's another song when Twilight starts to get nervous, because Twilight's Twilight, and she will
Yeah,
twilighting.
Twilight just gets nervous.
Yeah, and then they sing a song and pretty much like do a sweeping thing of just showing off characters while singing to try and establish things for people. The quote unquote unfortunate parents that got dragged to see this.
Yeah.
And considering how good this is compared to most other animated and family features, they were lucky.
hmm
Yeah,
I mean, I do think the movie does a pretty good job in sort of catching up some people that are unfamiliar with the show.
Yeah, but there might have been a slightly better way of catching people up because this movie actually has a deleted opening.
Yeah.
That has
Mhm.
Twilight narrating that there are four princesses and she's the princess of friendship and she has her friends and with that and good planning she can conquer anything and then we get a little glimpse at our main big bad of the film, Tempest. Was it Tempest Shadow?
Yeah, Tempest Shadow. Yeah, you're right. I was like that was definitely like something that I was disappointed to see when I saw it on the Blu-ray because they're like, "Oh, a deleted opening." I was like, "Oh, this should be interesting." They opened it up. It's only like a minute, minute and a half, but it was like it would have made for like kind of like the perfect introduction for like everybody, people who are familiar with the show and people who are unfamiliar with the show, and I have no idea why they cut it. I mean, like the film was 99 minutes. What's another minute? Do they not want a 100-minute runtime or something?
Part of me thinks that maybe it's because of movie theaters' tendencies to play a lot of movie screenings in one day. And the shorter a movie is, the more they can play it. But that unfortunately did not help this movie. Well, actually, no. It made its money back tenfold, actually.
Yeah, I mean, it was a fairly small. It was like a $6.5 million movie,
and it made back $61.3 million.
Yeah, like when you factor in worldwide grosses, it was 61 million. So I'm just like, it was a successful movie, and I was actually kind of surprised that no one was interested in at least making a sequel to it, or at least a feature length sequel to it, because because the events that happen in the movie are referenced later on. Like there's an Equestria Girl special that mentions the film, and then a hour long special uses the same animation style as the film. So it's not like this film was like so bad that they had to ignore it for any future references. So I don't know. I wish I got a sequel. It would have been nice.
Technically, Rainbow Road Trip, a special, was pretty much what the sequel was going to be.
Yeah, like I think that was like pitched as a more feature length film, and then they're like, no, then they cut it back to like an hour or something like that.
Yeah, we can talk about the that alongside Equestria Girls getting truncated, and the holiday special shorts thing was the last thing of it, and it originally planned was that the EQG sunset that was originally there was going to show up at some point. And it's like I'm really pissed.
Yeah, it's an interesting story indeed to figure out why they kind of cut it short.
Yeah.
Because it definitely wasn't an issue of being successful, because people did have its fan base, and the G4 was still kind of, I wouldn't say it was like riding as high as it did like back in probably its high point was like 2012 2014, but it was still fairly popular. I guess they were just so interested in going straight to G5 that they
there's
had to cut everything short.
Yeah, and there's a reason why they had limited distribution for Equestria Girls, the first movie, because that was more of a high point thing.
But we're not here to talk about Equestria Girls. We're here to talk about the film itself.
Yeah, we'll talk about Equestria Girls next year.
Yeah. Well,
we'll do a lot.
We have our thoughts about Equestria Girls when we get to it.
Yeah, we have a lot to do with that later. But so Tempest arrives in an airship along with Grubber. Was it Michael Pena?
Yeah, Michael Pena.
Yeah. And something to note before we move on, if anybody looks up the poster for My Little Pony the movie, you'll notice a very key distinction in that, oh yeah, that's right, none of the main actors of the movie are listed as billed at all on the movie. It's just the guest stars.
Yeah, that's kind of like an unfortunate thing. It's like it's not new to this movie, but it's definitely like something that's really bothersome. Like,
and another reason, and that's kind of a good contrast with this and Sonic the Hedgehog 2, because originally that poster had only the human characters, but then the fans fought to get not only to get everyone's name on a poster, and not only did that end up happening, but every character got their own individual poster. Which it goes to show that unfortunately the fandom just wasn't doing the right. Well, I don't want to say that. It's just like two very different circumstances.
Yeah. I mean, I guess arguably you could say that the Sonic fandom is way more
Vocal.
popular than the vocal, way more vocal than the MLP fandom, and so I think their influence was what helped get people like Colleen and Ben Schwartz on the poster rather than just like Idris Elba or something like that.
Yeah.
Because I think it was originally just like James Marsden and Jim Carrey and stuff like that, but then for the sequel, then they actually ended up. I think thanks to fan demand, like everybody ended up getting credited, which is good.
Yeah, it's very important to acknowledge all of your main players, both new to the movie and ones coming in.
I mean, like, what's the point of making like a Sonic the Hedgehog movie if you're not going to credit the person who's playing Sonic the Hedgehog on the poster?
Yeah. All right, back to the movie.
Yes.
So, Tempest pretty much is like, you're all gonna surrender. I'm gonna kick all your asses.
And they're like, no retreat, no surrender, and then she kicks their asses.
Yeah, and she turns every princess except Twilight to stone, and then Celestia is like find the queen of the hippo, and then gets frozen.
Yeah.
And in stone, and then like you're gonna I know you love this next part. A specific pony saves Twilight from being frozen to stone.
Yeah. Like the people like to credit Rainbow Dash, but they don't credit the real hero of the movie.
A fan favorite Derpy Hooves or Ditsy Doo was the one who ended up saving Twilight from being turned to stone.
Yeah, she doesn't get enough credit.
I feel like there's a fanfic on fanfiction.net that's about that somewhere, right?
I don't know.
You know what? Yeah, you look that up. I'm gonna.
I think there is one where it's about like
her
Derpy,
getting like a Medal of Honor or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So Twilight and the rest of the cast go off to find the Queen of the Hippos, and then they come across Mad Max Fury Road Town.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not really, but just like one of those grungy and types of towns that you would definitely expect in a Star Wars type of movie.
Yeah.
Definitely
was missing a cantina scene.
Maybe. Well, we got a catchy song regardless from Capper, an anthropomorphic cat, which I'm sure people are big fan of.
Big fan.
Well, not in the way that we're a big fan, because the song is great.
Yeah, the song is great. But I mean, I thought Capper was a cool addition to the world, and I think Tay Diggs played him really well.
Yeah. All right, let's see. And then it's just a trap to try and pay off his debt, and so he does kind of regret it before the collector guy shows up, and then Tempest comes along and then kind of kicks this collector's ass, and then they all run away in a chase scene, and then they manage to escape on a hot air balloon, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then Pinky almost like dies in the middle of an action scene.
Oh wait, no, not the hot air balloon yet. They get picked up by the hippogriffs.
Oh yeah, they stow away on the hippogriff ship. No, they stow away.
They stow away on the what are they? Sorry, what are they called?
Griffins.
Again? Yeah, the Griffins. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
a bunch of Griffin pirates.
Yeah, a bunch of Griffin pirates with Captain Uhura.
well, they're like maybe they're not exactly griffins, but they're kind of birdish pirates.
Yeah.
Yeah, like and then they they board the ship, and then like they have dinner with or just like a meal with them, and then just like they're all
Have an
afraid
inspirational
of
song.
the Storm King.
Mm.
And so Best Pony Rainbow Dash comes along and just gives like one hell of an inspirational song, like she's wont to do and the best at. Like along with this and the CHS Rally song, I swear that's like one of her best attributes is like hyping ponies and people up.
Mm. I think as far as Rainbow Dash songs go, I think the Time to Be Awesome is probably like her best song, like in the series.
I'm just grateful that they gave her a song in the movie at all.
Yeah, I think they realize that she is a fan favorite, so it'd be weird not to give her a song.
Yeah. Yeah. And overeager pony that she is, she unfortunately gives away their location by doing a sonic rainbow.
Mm-hmm.
And so they catch up, and then they have to make the hot air balloon, and then make their way over the Hippogriff Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
Then they become sea ponies.
Something for the toys.
Yeah, Then let's see. After that, they try to get their help with like the what is it oh yeah, to use the pearl this magic pearl against the Storm King.
Mm-hmm. Queen Noah was like, "Nah, you can't do that." And then Pinky is like, I'm gonna sing a song," and Twilight's like, "Well, while everyone's singing, I'm gonna go steal it."
Yeah, Twilight's apparently just kind of frustrated everybody, and so goes behind their backs to steal it while Pinky does a song to try and gain their trust. Backfires because an alarm is set off, and then they all get ejected from the kingdom. And then we come to probably the arguably worst part of the movie with Twilight fighting with her friends.
Oh man, I would have been better off without friends like you. Oh great, thanks Twilight. Hate you.
I do appreciate that she instantly regrets her mistake and runs off.
Yeah. While the other ponies were like we can't talk to you right now because you said something so bad, and especially the Pinkie Pie.
Oh, okay, yeah. So they're the ones who leave, and
Yeah. But then
Twilight gets captured by Tempest, and massive credit to Emily Blunt who plays Tempest. They definitely got the right person to have like a villain that can sing pretty well.
Yeah. And interesting behind the scenes note that she sang the song while she was pregnant. So I'm just like, man, she still belt out a banger with that. Like that. I mean, honestly, open up your eyes.
Yeah, it's
rock.
I'd argue it's one of my favorite villain songs of all time. In fact,
Yeah.
maybe my favorite villain song ever.
Yeah. Like I'm sure if you put that song in any other movie, like a Disney movie or something like that, it would have gotten the recognition that it deserves. But not a lot of people talk about it for some reason.
Yeah, animation has been disrespected, and that pisses me off.
Yeah. Like,
Well, yeah.
if you put the song in, like, Frozen or Encanto or something like that, people have been like, "Oh man, that was a great, amazing song."
Yeah,
But
yeah.
then
Let me
put a My Little Pony, and they're like, "Ugh."
Yeah, let me rephrase that. They disrespect animation that's not made by Disney.
Yeah.
Okay. So they deliver. So Tempest delivers Twilight to Canterlot now that it's been like destroyed. Well, not destroyed, just like messed with.
Yeah, just taken over.
Yeah, and the Storm King finally reveals himself and steals all for the princess's power. Wait, no, or just wait, no. Sorry, I'm just. It's been a while since I've seen the movie, and I'm reading the synopsis.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and yeah, during that villain song, we find out that Tempest lost her horn because she messed with an Ursa Minor,
Mm-hmm.
or was it an Ursa Major? I think it was an Ursa Minor. Yeah, basically like a slightly twisted version of Trixie.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, and then let's see. Yeah. I think all four of the Princess's magic was drained into the Storm King's staff because
Mm-hmm.
then he can control the control the day and the night, and then he just says day night day night day night. Like that was pretty great. Like I will admit the Storm King was not as strong of a like final bad for the movie as I would have liked, but he was definitely entertaining enough.
Yeah. I mean, another thing I do credit the movie for is that the celebrity voice actors like do a good job.
Yeah.
Like they're not. It doesn't feel like they're there for like a paycheck. They're like, oh yeah, we're here now. It's like, haha. As
Well,
I
well,
but
I'd say maybe Sia's here for a paycheck.
yeah, I mean probably. I mean, actually, it's not really her strongest suit.
That's why
Like
literally all she does is sing.
yeah, so
Oh,
but her singing is good.
yeah, except for like I believe in the beginning when she gets like a little bit of cake on her, she like is introduces herself to Princess Twilight.
Yeah, she has like a couple lines.
Yeah, just
I mean, every
she's like singing in the cage, and then like does like the final number in the end.
uh
All right. Anyway,
so 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 yeah.
so Twilight's friends go back to Canterlot along with Capper, the pirates, and Skystark, who they met as one of the sea ponies, and they just storm Canterlot now that it's being overrun by these weird. Like I don't even know what the hell to describe them. Like just like the Storm
Hmm.
King's minions,
Yeah.
and then they get up. What is it? And then Storm King conjures up a proper storm and against all of them and betrays Tempest. Shocker there.
Shock of all shocks.
Yeah, like the person who's been opposing the pony has been saying, "Oh fuck friendship," gets fucked with. Yeah. All right. What else? Battle happens. Yeah.
Battle happens. Like that's
There
they retrieve the stash. Not the stash, the
tries to
staff.
turn them all into stone, but it backfires. Tempest jumps on him and turns them both
Yeah.
to stone. But Twilight saves her and revives her, and the Storm King fucking dies.
Yeah, and then the Storm King just absolutely just dies. Well, one of the very few deaths in the series.
Yeah. Um, and then revives everybody. Festival of Friendship resumes, and then Sia sings her song about rainbows, and it's pretty damn good. Let me tell you.
Yeah. Possible shipping fuel happens.
And then it's revealed that Tempest's real name is Fizzlepop Berry Twist, which sounds like a lot more of a MLP name than Tempest Shadow does,
Yeah.
which makes
So
sense.
like,
And
I mean, Tempest Shadow is like an edgelord name, and it does fit in that sense. It does fit coming from someone named Fizzlebop Berry Twist.
yeah, so and then that's the movie.
Yeah.
Credits roll, animated, and then it just there you go.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, but then one final thing is that this film actually opened instead of like, I'm trying to remember, what was it? It had like a short right in front of it for, right?
Uh,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it had a short for another Hasbro property in front of it.
it it probably did. I don't remember that one that much. I just remember the movie, but I don't
Oh yeah, here
remember.
we go. The Hasbro Studios web series Hanazuki Full of Treasures had a 5 minute short right before the film starts.
Oh
And
yeah.
and
Okay.
I don't know anything about this Hanazuki thing, but it looked all right.
Yeah. 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 No, I remember it now. Yeah. as far as shorts go in front of animated movies, it definitely was like the most harmless
Yeah,
one.
sure as fuck
Like,
was better than the Big Nate short in front of Legend of Hank. What the fuck was that?
yeah, that's what I was thinking about was the one from a Paws of Fury. I was like, did I take drugs before the movie started? Because I hate it.
Yeah.
But yeah, but that was My Little Pony the movie. It was first time I saw it. Immediately afterwards, I went and saw Blade Runner 2049. So that's an interesting double feature.
Yeah, so film was phenomenal. Songs are great, and it looks great. It's not in the traditional like flash animation, but they instead used Toon Boom for this movie.
Hmm. Yeah, definitely was especially for the budget that they had. It was a very strong looking film visually.
Yeah, and and then all the characters were good. The ones that got the main highlight, the main spotlight were Dash for her song, Pinky for most of the jokes, Twilight and Spike, and I would say Rarity, Fluttershy, and Applejack kind of got short ended this time around.
Hmm. Yeah, it felt like I mean Rarity was probably responsible for helping get Capper to be on the good side. Uh, Applejack was just along for the ride really, and Fluttershy was definitely like one of the least utilized ponies in the film, which I
Yep.
thought was one of the more unfortunate things. I think she had like the least amount of dialogue of all of them.
Yeah. Yeah. It kind of feels like the movie. I would love to see like some kind of director's cut of this movie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
it being like at least an hour and a half long.
yeah, like I'm not sure if there is like an original script out there that has like more that had more planned, but they had to cut it for time or budgetary reasons. But that would be nice to see.
Yeah, I'd love to see like a 2 hour or some cut of this.
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair to Fluttershy, she did have that one scene where she was pretty much being a therapy pony to like one of the Storm King goons.
Yeah,
But that
that
was
was
pretty much
pretty
it.
that was very nice. All right.
Yeah.
And I think that's about it for the movie. We'll be back next year for the 10th anniversary of Equestria Girls and the 40th anniversary of My Little Pony in general.
Hmm. Should be a fun time.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll cut this session short. And what else were we gonna do? I don't remember. Oh yeah, right. That. Yeah, we'll maybe get into that plan in a little bit. We'll see. All right. So this is Blah Six
And this is Equestron.
signing off for now. Goodbye.
Bye bye.